Hey guys, it's Timothy here. We're booting up another Iconic Masters draft, jumping right into the first pack here. Yes, this is going to be another Phantom draft, just so you're aware. I won't be prioritizing anything of value because in a Phantom draft, nothing's valuable. The last card in the pack is a Thought Scourer. So, right off the bat, I'm not seeing any premium uncommons here. Ryusei, obviously, pretty strong card. It's very, there's a very high percentage that you're just going to open some bomb rare dragon, and whether you end up in a dragon deck or not, they're pretty good. Ryusei is pretty good, not one of the best ones, but definitely very good, and it could open myself up to play red-black dragons, or I could be in a red-green ramp deck. Ryusei not as good in red-blue, and not as good in red-white, but very good red-green, red-black card. If I'm taking Ryusei and I end up actually in red, then cards I'm interested in wheeling, if I end up a dragon deck, are Heat Ray, Dragon Egg, Bladewing Thrall. The rest of the pack is fairly mediocre. I wouldn't mind Dragon Egg. This card's actually pretty good in a dragon deck, but it's likely we get Bladewing Thrall back if Dragons ends up being open anyway. So we'll see what the follow-up picks are here. Now, you would never get past a Flusterstorm in real life. This pack's not very good for dragons or red in general. In fact, this pack's pretty poor. Like I said, Ryusei not as good in red-blue. In fact, Flusterstorm's probably not like a bomb or insane carded limited. Probably just fine, but not super crazy. Slightly better Spell Pierce, sometimes slightly worse Spell Pierce. We're seeing a couple aggressive cards in the pack. It's not like Borderline Marauder really goes with Ryusei here. Could take Star Compass as ramp. Could take Wild Size. Borderline Marauder if I just want to cut red off to my left completely and tell that person, hey, stay out of my color. Other than that, there's nothing I really want here, so that might just be what I do just to kind of send that signal to the person to my left. Although I think the person to my right is sending me that same signal. Now, with that being said, I know I said red-blue's not great, but it looks like there's just enough blue being passed to me that that's what I'm going to end up taking or shifting into here. I like Illusory Ambusher. I also like Etherize and Carven Caryatid. Phantom Monster's pretty good. Star Compass, again, would be a fine pick. Earth Elemental, not worth cutting off. Somebody can play that if they really want it. Wow, this is double red. So I got to decide between... there's also Horizon Canopy, but not really what I'm looking for here. Illusory Ambusher seems like a decent card. It's a 5-mana 4/1 flash, and if it's dealt damage, you draw that many cards. So you essentially trade this for an opponent's creature and then draw a bunch of cards. I think that might be what I take here. I haven't actually played with this card or against this card, but it just seems good. Etherize is usually good, and then Carven Caryatid is almost always good. And I put myself in the color combination that I dissed as soon as the video started, right? Now, with that being said, there's some pretty good green cards here that I could shift into. Some decent white cards. Secret of the Way goes pretty well with Borderline Marauder. Riverwheel Aerialist, very replaceable late game creature. There's also Repeal, which I like. Hey, that's nice. Unfortunately, not getting a clear signal as to what archetypes open. I mean, these green cards is kind of a signal, right? Does Hunt the Weak work with Ambusher? Yeah, it does. All right, so I might just take Repeal here. I'm a big fan of the Repeal. It's very good against anything with tokens. It's just good in general. And pass up on these two green cards. There is a Cauldron and a New, and I think we already saw a Bog Brew Witch for what that's worth. Some people really love that. I'm not a huge fan. Ooh, wow. All right, so here's what I'm looking at. I do really like Illusory Angel and Kiln Fiend. I'm going to probably take Angel here. And then maybe the Kiln Fiends. Hopefully one of these wheels. I can't take both of them anyway. But Illusory Angel is a pretty solid card if you can get enough early game playables. Just 4/4 flyer for 3 mana is hyper efficient. The downside being that you can't cast it unless you've cast another spell that turn. Works very nicely with any suspend cards we might pick up. And then if we get Kiln Fiend, we can actually push ourselves into like a red-blue spell-based deck, which is an aggro deck. I would still probably play Ryusei in that deck, but I'm going to go and take this Angel on pure power level. And follow that up with... I'm not a huge fan of Thran Dynamo. This is one of the cards I consider a little bit overrated in this draft format. Because you've already got 4 mana. Yes, like if you have exclusively 7/8 drops in your deck, it's probably fine. But, you know, a 9/9 Ivy Elemental is not that much crazier than like a 7/7 or 6/6 Ivy Elemental. I mean, obviously it's better, but Anyway, let's focus on things we are going to take here. This is a foil Thran Dynamo, too. It's probably worth money in a non-Phantom draft. I could take Scion if I felt like I was going to end up in Dragons here, even though this, again, is not a premium Dragon at all. But I'm going to go ahead and take Dissolve, and we might be a little bit more of a controlling deck, even though it doesn't really play well with the whole Kiln Fiend thing. I do like Frostlinks. Diminish is fine. You got to remember that this is in the format because it does get you sometimes. Same with Wing Shards, same kind of thing there. If I was really like a pure spell-based deck, then Torment and Voice would be fine, but I'm not in love with Torment and Voice in general, so I'll go ahead and take the Tempo card here. And again, I'm hoping to wheel one of those, whatchamacallits, those Kiln Fiends. On that note, there's Pillar Flame, which is pretty mediocre in this set. There's Bewilder, which is pretty poor. Sometimes decent, but pretty poor. I'm going to go and take Boros Garrison, I think. Taking one or two of these Peruse lets you cheat on your mana a little bit, and I'm willing to play one off color, and who knows, sometimes you get to splash off that other color. If I get like a Lightning Helix or something, it's perfectly playable. Jace's Phantasm is the only blue card. This is the pack we opened. It is the only blue card. It's not very good in what we're doing, but I don't know that I'm playing any of these other cards here, so I guess I'll go ahead and take that. Probably put it in the sideboard for now. Follow up with something else. Yeah, the Abzan colors are almost always open. What am I most likely to play? Probably Aerial Predation. It gets you out of some pretty tough spots. Ooh, wow. Caryatid. Wow, these Abzan colors are really open, which is unfortunate because we're drafting the two non-Abzan colors. A Splashable Ivy Elemental could also take Student of Ojutai. I guess this is telling me that green's open, so I'll go ahead and take this Ivy Elemental. There's a Kiln Fiend. That's exactly what we were hoping to wheel. And Mark of Mutiny is playable. Not great, but playable. Alright, so we could shift into green if that's what we see open. Like, if green-blue walls ends up being open, then we have this Caryatid. I guess not really much else that works with that. Also, we're looking for cheap suspend cards for Illusory Angel, stuff like that. So we're waffling around a little bit, but I am seeing that green's open at this point. Mark of Mutiny, not a card that I'm super excited to play. And if my deck ends up being something like cutting these two and playing green, blue, splash, and red, then that's fine by me as well. But we'll see what ends up being open here. Never in my life am I going to play an Earth Elemental, so go ahead and get to the sideboard. This is a very weird card to be in the set. Also has like some super pretentious flavor text. Kiki Jiki. Oh my. Kiki's good, right? Yeah, Kiki's just good on basically all of these creatures. Triple red is a beating, though. I think I'm going to take it. Note that Kiki doesn't really combo with anything in this set. I guess it combos with Restoration Angel if you get so lucky, but if I weren't taking Kiki, there's Fireball and another Illusory Angel. Claustrophobia is fine. Mind Stone's pretty good, but I think I'm going to take Kiki here and prioritize just sticking to two colors rather than splashing a third. With that being said, we have Haunting Hymn. Ooh, Swords to Plowshares. That's the type of card I was talking about. And it might just be worth taking, especially if I can find maybe one more way to splash mana. Outside of that, I'm taking like Ojutai's Breath. My mouse is acting up quite a bit. You can see it's like jumping around, so sorry if that's a thing that's happening. Yeah, I'm just going to take Swords to Plowshares. It's enough better than any other card in this pack that I'm willing to take it here. Otherwise, I'd be taking like Ojutai's Breath or Surreal Memoir. And there's a Jungle Barrier. Are we going to draft some monstrosity here? Some Teamer monstrosity? Jungle Barrier is quite good. Decent with Kiki Jiki. Yeah, that'd be pretty decent. Could also just take like Elusive Spellfist, get another little aggressive creature that cares about me casting spells in there. Not like I have a lot of spells anyway, especially if I don't play green, then I lose the Aerial Predation, which I'm probably not mainboarding anyway. It's probably correct to take Spellfist. I'm really like leaning towards this Jungle Barrier, but I'm going to have a little bit of restraint. Ooh, Scourge of Valkis. Now that's a good one. Gruul Turf would be pretty nice too. Hero's Bane would be decent. Oh yeah, man, what is this? Like a third or fourth pick Scourge of Valkis? 18 cards. This is like fourth pick Scourge, isn't it? Maybe third pick, but it's definitely the pick. This card is just good on its own. let alone being good with Kiki Jiki, anything like that. And you can tell we're like, we're definitely playing red, right? But Scourge is just absurd. I've played against this card a lot, yet to play with it. And it does combo a little bit with our Ryusei if we get so lucky. Again, Illusory Angel not looking amazing in this deck. I don't think I'm on the green plan, even though pack 3, I can probably expect to get a lot of green. Splashing a little bit dicey when you have these triple red cards and a double blue card. But we're still shaping up our deck a little bit here. We're still shaping it up. We could easily pick up like an Azorius Chancery and then be pretty fine with Swords to Plowshares here. Evolving Wilds would also make the cut. Evolving Wilds would actually just be great, right? What is this, a Simic Sky Swallower? Jeez, you're really tempting me now. Wall of Roots. Yeah, I'm going to take Simic Sky Swallower. You cannot Kiki Jiki that, but there's nothing else I want in the pack anyway. I could take Iona's Judgment, but let's go for the monstrosity. Wow, Bladewing. I'm not going to tell you a double black card. Another Jungle Barrier, too. Unfortunately, a lot of the mana fix in the set looks like this, where it doesn't actually fix your colors. So it's wrong of me to call it mana fixing. Jungle Barrier number 2, you say. I'm probably just going to take Furnace Whelp here. It works well with our Scourge. It's just another dragon. We don't really have payoffs for dragons. I mean, Scourge is good enough on its own. But what else am I really taking? Like, I could take Bladewing, but we're probably not playing 5 colors. Could take Jungle Barrier. Geez, Bladewing is so good, though. All right, Furnace Whelp, gonna get in the deck. Yep. Hypersonic Dragon, that's perfect. Ooh, Draconic Roar would also be great. But Hypersonic Dragon fits perfectly in the colors we want anyway. Turns our sorceries into instants, which isn't huge because most of our, in fact, all of our spells here are sorceries anyway, but just another beater. Pretty good. So we're definitely not an early game deck. Well, this is a bust here. There's nothing I want in this pack. What am I most likely to play? I don't know. Pretty much none of this. I guess I'll take an Iona's Judgment for the sideboard for things that we absolutely can't handle. And here, Claustrophobia seems nice, but again, double blue is a problem with all the 2 triple red cards. Not problematic enough that I don't think I should just take it anyway. It's better than Diminish. It's better than the Borderland Marauder is going to be for our deck. How do we feel about Kolaghan's Monument? It does tap for red. Doesn't help really to splash anything else, and it turning into a dragon isn't super relevant. It is just ramp too, for what that's worth. And am I playing Ojutai's Breath in my deck? Probably not. I'll go ahead and take this Monument. We're not gonna play. we're not doing it. You can't make me. I'll go and play put Student of Ojutai in the sideboard. Here, Mannequin or Halberdier. I don't think this is going to be a very good Halberdier deck. Mannequin could make the cut, but is very unlikely. I'm not playing the green cards anyway. All right, Angel of Mercy to the sideboard. Mannequin number 2 is definitely not seeing play. And Radiant Fountain, not so much. So we've got good late game. We have Scourge, we have Ryusei, we have Hypersonic Dragon. We have Kiki Jiki, which does some pretty interesting stuff, you know, even if it's tapping stuff down with like Frostlinks and whatnot. But we need to shore up some more early game, get some more removal. We're far from having like an amazing deck here. And Knight of Reliquary, unfortunately, not even really that good in this format. There's not a lot of ways to like combo with it. I don't even know why it's in the set. We could take Repeal, we could take Jeshin Thief, and that's about where we're at. We could also take Furnace Whelp. I do think someone else is in Dragons, though. Note that the Thrall didn't come back. Guess I'll take Jeshin Thief here. Like, do I really want another 4-drop Furnace Whelp? Probably not. Yeah, I'll go and take Jeshin Thief. And if I get Furnace Whelp or Repeal back, that'll be fine. Even Moonglove Extract would be a sideboardable card for us. Genesis Hydra, the 3rd Jungle Barrier. Whoever's in that deck is just going to be super happy. I think the easy pick for us is Draconic Roar. Early game interaction that also adds a little bit of splash damage onto the opponent's pretty nice. We have a dragon count of 4 right now, I think, so having this in our deck seems pretty good. Genesis Hydra would be nice, right, but we're not really in a ramp-style deck, so I don't think that's the correct pick. And are we hoping to wheel anything out of this pack? Not really. We could play Doorkeeper. Probably not. We could consider Jungle Barrier, but I don't think I'm playing the Simic Sky Swallower. Wow, Sphinx of Athune, Heat Ray. Oh my gosh. My deck's going to be so greedy. It's going to be so greedy. You can afford to do that, but I do have 2 ways to ramp. I think I'm just going to take it. The other options being Gutter Snipe. Definitely not taking Sandstone Oracle over Sphinx. I've tried this card out, never been impressed with it. Claustrophobia. Wow, can you imagine Sphinx of Athun with Kiki Jiki? And then Heat Ray would be really nice as well, but I'm getting greedy. You can't stop me. All right, options here. Probably going to take Heat Ray, although I admit Mnemonic Wall would be decent. There's also Rasheen, which doesn't seem amazing. Still hoping to pick up an Evolving Wilds. Running out of chances to do that. Yeah, I'm going to take Heat Ray. I have such good late game that I just need to shore up the early game, and Fogbank helps me do that. Ooh, there's also another Draconic Roar. This is an interesting pick. Frostlinks, I think, is the 3rd pick there. Star Compass as well is actually pretty good with these triple red cards and double blue cards. Maybe I can get that one back. Guardian Idol I would pass over Guardian Idol for Star Compass, but I think it's between these two. I'm really leaning towards this Fogbank. Just be able to like almost block anything with impunity, or do I just want Draconic Roar? I'm gonna go and take the Roar, I think. Wow, a second Hypersonic Dragon? And Evolving Wilds. Alright, so is this Restraint time? Let's look at the curve. First off, let's go and dump these, because I don't know that I'm playing them. Wow. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Could play a Hypersonic number 2 or Evolving Wilds. I think I have to show a little bit of restraint and just take Evolving Wilds here. Could take Pristine Talisman too. But the fact that I have double blue and triple red cards and possibly playing a Swords to Plowshares or something like that really makes me think I need Evolving Wilds over just another big creature. As sad as that is, I'd love to play it, right? All right, another Heat Ray here is pretty nice. So our removal package looking pretty nice. Double Draconic Roar, double Heat Ray. Rasheen the Meander would actually look pretty decent now. Here, I guess I'll take Ojutai's Breath. Probably not playing it. Vent Sentinel, not likely to make the cuts. And these green cards are definitely just not going to happen. So we'll go and do that. Go and take Moonglove Extract here for the sideboard. Good against aggressive creatures, which is Wheeling Jungle Barriers. Doorkeeper, I guess. Still very not likely to play this, but we'll go ahead and put it in the board. You guys can have these green cards. All right, do we actually want Rasheen, though? I mean, it works with double Heat Ray and Repeal, but on its own, it's pretty mediocre. I guess I could take Thought Scour, but Thought Scour doesn't really do anything in my deck either. It's good with Kill Fiend. We're not going to be a good Kill Fiend deck, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, did we take... What did we get there? I don't know what we got. It doesn't look like we got a Rasheen. Oh, we got a Doom Traveler? Guess I did not click it in time. Alright, Phantasm, Hunt and Pack. Alright, so we got a really strong late game here, but we need to hit our mana, which makes me believe I should just play 17 lands, right? Illusory Angel, probably not insane in my deck either. Oh, do I actually only have 22 playables here? That's kind of funny. Could play an Ojutai's Breath, I think. Of these cards, I guess I could put Swords to Plowshares in. Now having the Evolving Wilds, that's a little bit risky. Does make my mana pretty bad. Might just be a bad idea to do that overall. Swords is very good, though. Can take out some really ridiculous creatures. Yeah, I think I'm going to run the Swords to Plowshares. Which means we'll have 1 plains in the deck, mostly mountains, and then islands. Mannequin also seems playable here. So that is 23. I'm going to play 17. I normally play 16 in this format. And yes, I have a Boros Garrison, but I think I need to hit my lands here. So let's go and see what the color distribution looks like again. Right. All right. Not the best. So this doesn't really waver things at all. Let's go move this over for a sec. So I think we're going to do 1, 9, 7. That's what they're suggesting. Just do 1, 8, 8. Let me do this for a second. And then put in Evolving Wilds and Boros Garrison. we do a quick count, that gives us just 2 white sources, 3 technically with Evolving Wilds. 2. Oh no, never mind. This isn't right. Let's there we go. 2, 4, 6, 8 blue sources, which is kind of low having 3 triple blue cards. For red, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, mana's definitely shaky. This Swords to Plowshares is definitely something we should second guess ourselves on. Like, it'd be much easier to splash Simic Sky Swallower than it would be Swords to Plowshares, but I think the upside on this card's pretty high. And we're going to be playing Evolving Wilds Boros Garrison anyway, so we're going to risk it a little bit. But here's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. We definitely saw the power of doing a Phantom draft here, but hopefully things go our way, and we'll see you guys for some Dragon action here in Game 1. Hey guys, it's Timothy here. We're playing an Iconic Masters draft, and we have a pretty good opening hand. These double blue cards scare me a little bit, but Kiln Fiend Swords to Plowshares is a pretty nice opener. Swords to Plowshares being able to deal with anything problematic that comes up. So we're going to go ahead and make it look like we're a white deck and then play Island. Probably incorrect to do that. Should probably just wait until... Oh, Jace's Phantasm. Well, my opponent's going to be a mill deck probably. But what can we do about it? Probably get milled, right? The mill decks in this format are pretty decent. They're normally blue-black, so I expect to see Swamp here. Or just Island. Or another Jace's Phantasm. I guess that works too. And an Orja Basilica. Alright. So opponent getting in there for some beats, I presume. See, we did not leave ourselves... Playing that white actually did not leave me the opening to play a double blue card if that's what I wanted to do here. We'll probably play Frost Links and attack. Well, drawing the other blue is actually pretty nice there. So I think we're just going to play that, lock down the other Phantasm, and attack for 1 this turn. Alright, Danny. Then next turn we can go like hold up, dissolve, plus Swords to Plowshares. That's pretty good. We're on track to have a decent game. There's that island we already know about. Opponent playing a 3-drop, Phyrexian Rager. Pretty good one. Don't know that I want to Swords to Plowshare that card. Ooh, they did not block. Interesting that they did not do that. Do I attack with... I'm going to definitely attack with Frost Links. Do I play Claustrophobia on this and attack with Kiln Fiend as well? I don't think so. I think I'd rather just hold up Dissolve here. They want to trade for Frost Links. That's fine by me. Alright, not bad. Hopefully we get to dissolve something sweet here. I did pass with a 4 mana up, so got to know something's up, right? Alright, opponent coming in for 2. These Phantasms can get a little scary in the late game. They didn't do anything, so making me waste my mana is what it looks like. I can play Monument and then still hold up Dissolve here. I think that's what I'll do. I could play like Restoration Angel here or something like that. They do not. Alright, so moving along. We can cast pretty much any of the dragons that we draw here, so something like Ryusei would be good. Actually, any sort of card like that would be good. And if our opponent plays a big thing, we have 3 answers to pretty big things, which is nice. Although we are losing this race currently. Alright, so opponent's playing smart here. They probably have spells, but they know we're holding up other things to cast. I might just repeal one of these Phantasms here. Only costs me 2 mana to do so and gets me in for 3 extra damage. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. They can just replay it. Nah, I won't do that. Yeah, so I imagine what the opponent's doing is they've got something they really want to play, but they don't want to get it countered, and they have a feeling that I have a counter spell, so they are content just hitting me for 2 and waiting for me to do something. Sign of a good control player. Not going to repeal here. Might want to repeal something else. Alright, they just say, sure. Alright, not a bad draw. Let's go ahead and attack first. Now, if I do repeal, I don't get to hold up Dissolve, which, never mind. I skipped through combat, so there we go. We don't get to do anything. Well, that's pretty disastrous. Ulcerate on this thing. I think that's going to be fine. I could repeal it back to my hand. I think I'd rather hold up Dissolve. Now, the problem is it looks like my opponent might also be holding up Counter Magic. They're going to bait something here. Balustrade Spy, I think we're just going to go for a straight up Dissolve on that. I don't want to get them closer to Jace's Phantasm. I mean, yes, I know they get another card in the graveyard here. Ooh, perfect. And that kills off one of the Phantasms, so that ought to be pretty good. Assuming my opponent doesn't have, like, Doomblade up, but that's a very good draw. Rather, a very good scry. Alright, they do have a 2-drop. Alright, White of Precinct 6, which is currently coming down as a 3/3. Not bad. Could Swords it now, but I'm still going to hold up this Swords for now. I'm going to go and play Scourge. Tap like so. And shoot off one of the Phantasms. Because Scourge is absurd. And any other dragons I draw here get to do the same thing. Plus I get to hold up Swords here. Could even repeal this thing if I really wanted to. Unfortunately, I don't have mana to repeal my own Scourge if that's what my opponent ends up doing. Ooh, River of Tears. Interesting card. Alright, they go for Grisly Spectacle. Again, I wish I could repeal my own guy here, but I can't, so that's going to put one card plus a couple more in the graveyard. It's going to be a 4/4. I think I'm going to go ahead and repeal this Phantasm now. Just see whether I need to really do that. I guess I can't do anything about it, but... Alright, we drew a Furnace Well. Not terrible. Opponent gets to see Mannequin, Heat Ray, and 2 lands. Heat Ray would be fine. I'm not super disappointed that my opponent got to see that. Guess now I can go Claustrophobia here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. So my opponent's playing blue-black exactly how it should be played. These are the 2 creatures you want to see. I am at 6 life, so I am actually just straight up dying, which is worth noting. Draconic Roar is a pretty good draw. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or rather, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Furnace Whelp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold up Draconic Roar and Swords to Plowshares. Seems decent. Do I want to Claustrophobia something? Probably not, so we need to go ahead and tap like this. Oh no, does my opponent have a mana leak? Fortunately, they do have quite a few cards in their hand here. So we'll do all our combat tricks before combat. Dang, they just have straight up Doomblade? Alright, so let's see if this works first. Oh no, we actually need to try to Draconic Roar first. If either of these things don't work, then I lose on the spot. No, that's not necessarily true. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, with this being the 10th card, that's kind of obnoxious. I didn't realize with that being the 10th card that it would resolve and this would be +4/+4. Alright, well, it is what it is. I'm going to go down to 1 this turn if my opponent has no interaction for the Swords to Plowshares. Could have held the Draconic Roar. I can Claustrophobia this Phantasm, but I'm going to need to draw something off the top here. Did I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? No, so Draconic Roar was the 10th card. And I guess that, oh no, what is this? More interaction? Amass the components. Alright. Opponent's deck is good. Look at this removal. Ulcerate, Doomblade, Grisly Spectacle. Alright, give me something. That's not something. I'm gonna go and play this. And do I want to play the mountain? Maybe just in case I draw Sphinx of Bethune, I might want to cast something else. Opponent just drew some extra cards, so I'm dead to anything. I'm at 1. The opponent's at 15. They've managed to handily deal with everything that I've played. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Not that it would have changed much, I don't think. Alright, you have another creature. You have a second creature. Yep, they're going to make me... Yep. Alright. So... I would say this was a fairly even match. Alright, card we can't even cast. So that was pretty unfortunate. I'm not sure what happened there. Wouldn't have mattered. You can see we still didn't draw anything for our opponent's creatures there. Opponent's playing some sort of mill deck. Do we have anything that really cares about that or takes advantage of that? Moonglove Extract seems decent here as a way to just pop some of those phantasms. Illusory Angel is not a card I want to get bogged down on, with my opponent having like Doomblades and stuff like that. So I guess we'll go ahead and submit how we have it. And we drew like a very good opening hand, but unfortunately didn't really play out well for us. So here we have a bunch of mountains blue cards. I'm going to keep any blue. Is pretty decent. Draconic Roar to take care of my opponent's first relevant play. Unfortunately, their removal's pretty insane. Alright. Well, mountains are not what we want to draw here. We want to draw specifically blue cards. Not blue cards, but blue sources. Alright, is this going to be a white? Oh, a Shriekgeist. Might snap a Draconic Roar on that, I think. Maybe not. Not yet. I might draw a dragon here. Ah, geez. Alright, well, we're going to lose to just having a billion blue cards. I mean, we could still draw blue and be relatively fine here. Let's go ahead and do this now, I think. That card does a lot of work for my opponent, I think. Just every time it attacks, it puts 2 cards in my graveyard, which fills up those phantasms pretty quickly. Alright, opponent did have a third land, was saving it for second combat, or second main phase. See if they play a white here. Hoping for blue mana. Please, one time. Probably play Spell Fist if I do. Do I play that? That's the question. I think I'm going to keep it in my hand because my opponent's able to play around it if they know about it. But it's not really a great draw. Like what I don't want to see here, Gestion Thief. That's also a card I don't want to see here. Oh my god. Jesus. Alright. I'm going to play it and pass. The problem is, even if I draw mana for like Hypersonic Dragon, their removal's so good that they're very likely to have an answer for it. Very likely indeed. Oh, they're going to Thought Seize me? Okay. Well, they get to see that I can't cast any of my spells. Guess I will not auto-yield. Might want to pop this Moonglove Extract. Granted, I can do it at any time. Alright, they took Hypersonic Dragon. And they're going to amass. Okay. Wow, we have so many bad draws here. Island would be, you know, a fine draw. My opponent knows everything in my hand, which is problematic. My opponent's hand is also stacked. So it is what it is, but this is how the game shapes up sometimes. You put a bunch of red sources in, you get a little bit screwed on your blue sources. And the draw that's going to decide our fate is a Scourge of Valpus. That can team up with Moonglove Extract to take down this Phantasm if I get to that point. But they have 6 mana, 6 cards in hand. Can't imagine this is going to go my way. That's not a card I really want to use removal on. and the Thief we were worried about. Going to go down to 14 here. Still winnable, but I think I have to hit a land, an untapped land, specifically this turn. All right, that's something. So we can go ahead, I think we can take out Phantom Monster, which is what we probably want to do. Could take out this Thief, because it's very likely my opponent goes removal spell on Scourge, attack for 4. But that's what we're going to have to play around, I think. Phantom Monster is the immediate threat. And, you know, they might not have removal, they probably do. But their creatures are efficient enough that they go removal. Also, just kill our dudes. And our opponent knows that we can't really come back with what we have, so I mean, if we draw like Island, we can go Spellfist Repeal or something like that, but this turn, I've got to imagine my opponent just goes, kill your guy, attack for 4. Here comes Doomblade, yep. And they're going to have enough mana to play something else. Ryusei wouldn't actually be a terrible draw, because Ryusei lets me wipe the little guys. This drawing them extra cards, ugh. And we're at 10, so we don't have a lot of time to just twiddle our thumbs. Alright, Balustrade Spy. Gonna mill me, I assume. Mills, Furnace Web, Claustrophobia, Heat Ray. Alright. Cards that aren't gonna win me the game, certainly, so that happens. Alright, Island or Ryusei we can't even cast. That's pretty bad. So I guess we're just hoping for Island here. Do I hold up Ambusher? Maybe my opponent has another removal spell. Even Ulcerate takes that one out. I could go Spellfist, hold up Repeal, I think. Repeal for 3. Wouldn't be terrible. That saves me a turn off the or basically just getting hit by the Balustrade Spy. 4 in hand from the opponent with 8 mana. Alright, looks like Ulcerate to me. Yeah, this is gonna happen. Let's go and wait for the attack. Going down to 6 this turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna dive. They have another creature to play. It's not gonna help me out. Alright, let's see what happens. Like if they go Jeshen Thief plus another creature. Yeah, my opponent's removal is just too efficient for my deck. That and we got a little mana screwed, but oh, they have something. Alright, they just kill me that turn then. Guess we will see you guys in game 2. Alright, we're back for round 2 of this Iconic Masters draft, hoping to pull out 2 wins to make our prize support back. Decent open in hand, not insane. Oh, I thought this was Kiln Fiend. It's actually Kiki-Jiki. A little bit less insane. I guess we have the triple red for it, but our opponent definitely outplayed us on mana and efficiency last game, so what was that? Oh. Oh. Oh, you can't target a legendary creature with a Kiki-Jiki, just so you know. It's not a thing you can do, but drawing a dragon there is pretty nice for the Draconic Roar. We'll see what our opponent plays. Probably just play Mannequin next turn. Alright, yeah. Definitely think we want to stay at parity. We're going to just hide that white source for now in like game 2 and go ahead and just pass it back. Hopefully we're not facing down any like complete insanity here. So yeah, I was thinking Kiki-Jiki copy Ryusei and then that token sacrifices, but that would kill Kiki-Jiki and also you can't do that. But yeah, like I was saying, our last opponent, I assume if you're watching this far, you've already seen it, but they had a Doomblade, Grizzly Salvage, Ulcerate. They were able to just handle any threats we had, and then we kind of got mana screwed in game 2. My opponent probably would have won regardless. Oh, geez. All right, so this is going to make it worse if we draw any of our blue cards on account that we're not actually drawing anything. But I do get to play Borderland Marauder here. You can even... no, I'd rather hold up Draconic Roar. Yeah. Go and tap the Mannequin. Not even make it look like I'm going to attack. I guess I should hold it up in case I want to block with it, so... Not likely to matter, but it could. Opponent on 5 mana. 6 cards in hand. Guard Duty. Okay, I don't mind my opponent playing Guard Duty on that. It turns it into a Defender. And Illusory Angel. That is Undraconic Roarable, which is tedious. Alright, there's Illusory Ambusher. So we can play Kiki this turn. Don't really do that much. I think I am still just going to play it. Because next turn I can Kiki, make a Borderland Marauder, attack with it. Doesn't really do anything to this turn, but my opponent's going to attack me for 4 anyway. Alright. Deal with my Kiki. Not very hard to deal with, to be fair. Heat Ray would be a nice way to deal with the Angel. Almost called it Ambusher. This is Illusory Ambusher. This is Illusory Angel. Kiki can also make an extra mana with Mannequin, which is nice. Alright, opponent's playing something big here. Iona's Judgment on Kiki. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end. Alright, I mean, that's fair. It's one less answer they can have for Ryusei here, I guess. Do I play Ryusei? Yeah, I mean, if they answer it... I mean, my opponent can't always have the answer, but it's possible they just do. So we'll go ahead and play it. And see if they have an answer for this one as well. I mean, it does block their Angel, so 3 cards in hand. See if they can do anything about it. If not, I'm hoping to... Or if they do answer it, I'm hoping to draw, like... Heat Ray, at least something to take care of the Angel right away. It looks like my opponent's going to do something. 5 mana, they have another, Mnemonic Wall to get that thing back. That's pretty good. That does mean they can't answer it this turn, which is sweet. And if I draw Repeal, I can repeal my Ryusei back to my hand. Guess that's something, right? Oh, we have an Illusory Angel of our own. So I don't want to just waste Draconic Roar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do want to get this Angel out, though. Because I think that they had an answer for Ryusei. They would have used it right away. Since Ryusei's gone away, we might as well attack with it too, right? They're going to take the hit. I think we're just going to Draconic Roar something and play our own Illusory Angel, which seems pretty fetch, or pretty suspect, right? I don't like that plan very much, but we're going to do it on account of the fact that we still need to hold up pressure for our opponent's Angel. And ours at least blocks theirs, right? 2, 3. Go and play the Angel. Might just be a waste of Draconic Roar. We could play Illusory Ambusher. But I think they're fairly priced into using Iona's Judgment this turn, which uses the majority of their mana. I mean, they'll still have 2, maybe 3 mana up after that. So they could do something else, like play another Angel. If they attack with their Angel, do I block with my Angel? Probably. 4, 5. Go and get Ryusei off the battlefield. Keep in mind, we still have a lot of pretty big things in our deck. We can't currently cast Sphinx of Bethune. We have Swords to Plowshares, Heat Ray. We have ways to deal with this Angel. Be a little sad if I draw the other Draconic Roar. Alright. So back down to 3 unknown cards from the opponent. Do you attack is the question. Alright. Let's see what the follow-up is then. Alright, my opponent's just okay with that, so there must be something else coming. If not, I'll just pass, hold up Illusory Ambusher. That's okay. I think I would rather just play this Ambusher. Rather than get in for 1 this turn, I can flash this in and possibly get in for 4. Frostlinks was an okay draw there, not a great one. Alright, 3 mana. Jeshin Thief, pretty decent one. Alright, I'm going to flash this in. It is nice that if they use a burn-based removal on this, I get to draw some cards. If they just counter it, then, you know, so be it. Ooh, Hypersonic Dragon. That's pretty good. I think I'm just going to slam that. They have 4 mana available, so they might have a way to deal with it. Plus, if Gestion Thief attacks, I don't mind just blocking with this thing. Let's see if they have an answer. They didn't have an answer for the Angel, so I'm not thinking it's likely they have one for this thing. Also, let's see if they want to trade their Thief for the Ambusher. I think I'd be okay with that. I can cast sorceries as if they had Flash. I don't think I have a single sorcery in my deck. Oh, so they're just letting Mnemonic Wall eat it there, and they took 4. So they do not have an answer for my dragon. Nice. If they attack with Thief, I'm snap blocking with the Defender they gave me. But looking decent here. Fighting through 2 Iona's Judgments. And Frostlink's coming down next turn. It means I'm threatening 9 damage on board. They don't know about Frostlinks, of course. And I mean, heck, they have 4 cards in hand, so. This is the type of format where things go well, things go fine, and then your opponent plays, you know, some game warp and bomb. Like, they could play an Elvish Norn right now. That would kill all of my creatures and shrink my Hypersonic Dragon down to a 2/2 and make my Frostlinks die on contact. Even if they, like, deal with Hypersonic, I think I'm fine with that. Are they playing? Okay, so they're playing another guard duty on it. This is also fine. That's my Puka trade. I don't know why that's coming up. All right, do you attack? You do. Well, I will block. Guard duties don't get my creatures off the board, which is nice. 6 mana. Ooh, River Wheel Aerialists. All right, we're going to Frostlinks that one. And attack for 5, I think. Island's not a bad draw in case we draw Sphinx of Athun. Gonna keep it in my hand, though. Go and tap this down. We'll go ahead and get in for 5 damage while we can. And I'm threatening lethal, so my opponent can't really attack with the Gestion Thief. Not to mention I just have a 4/4 on board anyway. I should probably play the island, same reason I mentioned in the last game, in case I want to play Sphinx of Athun and then also something else after that. My opponent's playing something quick here. Or second guessing? No, just tapping mana differently. So they have something that they're eager to play. Skywise Teachings. All right. So whenever my opponent casts a non-creature spell, they can pay 1 and a blue to make a 2/2 flyer. That's going to be pretty good. Yeah, like I said, you can't really attack here. That's not a great draw. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. If I attack with everything, and let's just assume they have nothing, they'd have to have a 1 mana spell to make a 2/2 here. They block here, they take lethal, they block here, they take lethal. So they have to block the Ambusher pretty much. I think I gotta get in as much damage as possible this turn. Plus the Ambusher draws me another card if it trades, and sitting back on defense isn't going to be as good. So I'm going to attack with everything, hope they don't have a 1 mana spell to make a 2/2 and just eat my mannequin. Yeah, that's what I expected. This puts them down to 2. They are dead to a Draconic Roar. Claustrophobia. Think I'm going to hold that for a turn. Might be able to let us eke out a win next turn if my opponent has no real spells. This may not attack. It might not. Alright, and it doesn't. Ooh, Scourge, you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have enough to play both these things and just deal 2 to my opponent directly. Let's go ahead and try that plan. If that's the case, this just kills my opponent, so we'll see if they have a response, and they do. And is it a counterspell? Alright, guess we should have ran with the Claustrophobia. Oh no, what is this? They might have a way to gain life then? 4 mana. It's not likely to be a counterspell at 4 mana. I guess, I mean, Cryptic Command is in this set. I'll just wait to see what it is. I'm done speculating. I don't really know what this could be. They could answer Hypersonic Dragon. Oh, this is Condescend. Condescend for 4. Oh no, but I can pay 4. Oh, my opponent messed up that one. I mean, they could have another counterspell. Yeah, if they had done 5, that would have countered it, but they must have forgotten about Mannequin. Plus, I mean, if they just make a 2/2, then I know for a fact this is going to work, unless their last card is Swords to Plowshares. So we shall see. Might have to pause. Looks like my opponent's in the tank on it, so basically what's going to happen. All right, let's see. Do you make a Djinn? Okay. Gonna see what I target with Scourge. Definitely gonna target you for 2. And I guess, like, if your last card is Swords, never mind. Okay, Write-ins on the wall. So we got their spell deck, basically. We see Mnemonic Wall. These guard duties I'm not too scared of. They're annoying, but they don't take my creature off the board, so let's go ahead and see what our sideboard looks like. Like I said, Iona's Judgment, pretty decent against cards. I don't really want Iona's Judgment on a whatchamacallit, I just keep saying whatchamacallit over and over again. Guard Duty. Could do it on Skywise Teachings. Maybe that's worth bringing in. Skywise Teachings is pretty mana intensive, but if you get ahead of your opponent on it, it's pretty hard for them to come back. Sandstone Oracle, still not really what I want here. Moonglove Extract could be decent. It's not really good against the creatures we saw from the opponent. They have that stupid Illusory Angel, which is worth noting. Iona's Judgment is good against that as well. We already have answers for that. We have Double Heat Ray. We have Claustrophobia. We do have ways to deal with that. I don't think we need to bring in an off-color way to deal with it when we already have one off-color way to deal with it. Cards like Kiln Fiend and Borderland Marauder are just going to be worse on the draw than they are on the play. My opponent's kind of a flyer deck. Maybe I want Ojutai's Breath here. Probably not. I think I'm just going to keep the deck as is. And I could bring in Simic Sky Swallower. Like, my opponent's not going to be able to deal with this card with what we saw. It's probably a better splash than Swords to Plowshares, especially on the draw. Could be really greedy. Like I said, I don't think my opponent has really any realistic way to deal with this card. But for now, I think I'm just going to keep as is. I think Swords to Plowshares is a fine splash. I don't need to put in another 7 mana card. Alright, iffy hand. Decent, but iffy. We don't really have any ways to, like, get this angel out right away. But if we draw any other land, this is pretty decent. And, specifically blue mana is what we're looking for. That's not bad. It's not bad. Let's see if they've got a 2-mana accelerant of some sort. They do not. And I'm just going to follow exactly what they're doing, with the difference being that I'm going to have to discard. And maybe I won't, actually. Maybe I will not. Yeah, I'm actually not going to just play Boros Garrison. We're going to play a 2-drop. And like I said, get ahead of the opponent. I'm going to try to save Heat Ray for pretty much anything else. Yeah, Borderland Marauder lets me go Marauder plus Garrison this turn, which is probably what I'm going to do. Or maybe I want to keep Marauder in hand to go with Illusory Angel, but I think this is fine. So I'll go ahead and play the Marauder, and then I'll play Boros Garrison. If they want to counter this, that's fine. It's not the worst card they could counter. They're going to Condescend it for 1, I think. Yeah, Condescend's great. You get to Scry too. I will not pay for it. Let's go and see what they're doing with their Scry. 1 on top. And 1 on bottom. Go and play Garrison and bounce the Mountain back because I want double blue up for next turn. Alright, so we are ahead of the opponent, but they're Condescend keeping us at tempo. Thankfully, they did not Condescend something that we care too much about them hitting. All right, Magician Thief. Probably Frostlinks this one. Ooh, Illusory Ambusher. I could also just hold up Dissolve here. Frostlinks only gets me in for one. I'm not playing anything else this turn. Could Heat Ray it. Deal 3 to it. Nah, I guess I'll hold this up and see kind of where we stand on my opponent's turn. If they just attack, they might have like a bunch of spells to rattle off, and then I can blow them out with one of these. If they go for something big, I can dissolve it. Like Iona's Judgment. I can dissolve that, and my guy still gets to block your guy, which is pretty nice. So my Scry 1, my Dissolve significantly worse than my opponent's Condescend. But countering that's pretty nice. Do I want an island on top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would make sure I can definitely go like Frostlink plus Angel. I think I'm going to be a little greedy and put this on the bottom, because I still have 5 mana, right? Nah, well, yeah, I'm going to put it on the bottom. That's a very greedy play from me. I don't get to use my red mana, unfortunately. My opponent doesn't get to attack me either. Ooh, Draconic Roar. Might just rattle that off right now and play Illusory Angel. That seems actually very good. We don't get the extra 3 damage, but let's go and do this while we can. Like I said, get ahead of the opponent. Drawing a 2-drop there was very good. A 2-drop that specifically dealt with my opponent's creature. Alright, so deal 2 to the opponent, play an Angel. Still have good answers for what my opponent could be doing. That makes me happier that I put that land on the bottom too. Could just go like Mnemonic Wall here, get back Iona's Judgment, but that does use 2 of their turns if that's the play. 6. Alright, they have Aerialist, which I can't deal with until I hit another land, but I do get to Frostlinks it. I guess I hit another land, right? Yeah, we'll go ahead and play this. Next turn I can Heat Ray it, but I gotta watch out for the Paralysis. Yep. Go and hit my opponent for 5. It's a pretty big chunk. This thing also not untapping next turn. Alright, this is looking decent. Why is that Storm count there? What do we get with the Evolving Wilds? Do we get an island or a mountain? I think we just get an island. No, we're going to get a mountain in case we draw one of our triple red cards. Like, Kiki Jiki on Frostlinks would be pretty absurd. Actually, that might be just enough to win. Okay, so Mnemonic Wall, getting back Iona's Judgment. Alright, yep, let's go and get a mountain. This does mean I'm going to be able to Heat Ray this Aerialist next turn, which is nice. My opponent's still going to take a chunk of damage. And they can't really afford to just spend every turn casting Iona's Judgment, so they're close to stabilizing, but not there yet. Alright, drew a mountain off the top, so we are going to Heat Ray this thing. We need to Heat Ray for 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think there are any free spells I need to worry about. This also gets me in for 6 this turn. Yeah, get in there, Frostlinks. Yep. I mean, Diminish would kill that thing, but I don't think we need to worry about it. Like I said, our opponent probably has to cast Iona's Judgment on the Illusory Angel or the Spell Fist. This is going to be annoying for the opponent too. I'm still at a healthy 20. 1 blue? Are they cracking Mind Stone? Yeah, they are cracking Mind Stone. Interesting. Maybe looking for a more efficient answer. They can still cast Iona's Judgment. It's going to be what happens. Dang, my mouse is being super crazy today. Alright, that happens. Probably only getting in for 1 this next turn. Furnace Whelp. Good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Is another lethal threat my opponent's got to deal with. Could also play Illusory Ambusher. Yep. Opponent down to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go and hold up blue mana like I got something to do with it. Alright, now deal with the Furnace Whelp. Or put a flyer in the way, that works too. Furnace Whelp is lethal. I have 4 red mana. Guard Duty on this thing. That's interesting. They're going to play an Angel here. Alright, and Darksteel Axe. Okay. I mean, they have to block with that Angel. That's kind of not a good spot for them to be in. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can play both these things. I don't have a way to activate this, do I? I didn't really think about that. Alright, let's go ahead and jam with Furnace Whelp. They have to block with the Angel. Ooh. Guess I should have played this pre-combo. Oh well, it doesn't matter that much. We'll go and activate. Alright. So trade in Whelp for that thing. I'm not going to play Kolgon's Monument. I'm just going to flash in this Ambusher. We have lots of flying threats. Hypersonic Dragon would be pretty good. Alright, opponent playing a Mass is good for me too. They're going to have 4 cards. They equip Darksteel Axe on this thing. I might just run Ambusher into it. Draws me 2 cards and clears the Mnemonic Wall. I haven't won the game yet. I'm currently looking for a way to win the game. Like I said, Kiki Jiki would be pretty strong here. Ooh, is this an equip? Please just be an equip here. Be pretty happy with that. Oh, Blinding Mage. That's way more annoying. Well, I have a lot of top decks that help me out in this situation. Do I have any way in my deck to make black mana? I don't believe I do. I don't think I'd put one in anyway. Yeah, we haven't drawn any of our big things yet. So Ryusei's still in there. Scourge of Valkis is still in there. Alright, let's go ahead and flash in Homeboy here. And we draw, ooh, Draconic Roar. I could roar this and force, well, it wouldn't force a block. My opponent could go to 1. Could also hold this until I have a dragon. I think I'm just going to use it now. Actually, holding it until I have a dragon is not a bad idea. Although if I use it now, I get in for at least 2, and it makes any additional ones lethal. So let's go ahead and do this right away. I could use it on my Ambusher to draw 3 cards. Alright, now my opponent, they could go to 1, or they could just go to 3 and stop me from killing them. I don't have lethal this turn, so they don't know that, though. They don't know that. Alright. So they decide to go to 1 but keep their blocker on board. I am going to go and play this Monument. Now my opponent's got to live in fear of the black mana. Alright, we got to find a way to deal 1 damage to our opponent. And that tap route was nice. So they have to produce at least a creature here, or remove one of mine. Opponent's deck looks solid. Looks like they missing premium removal. And that's how I find these matches go. If you don't have really good removal, it's hard to stand up to some of the bombier things. But who knows? Maybe their deck is all removal and they just haven't seen it yet. Also, don't remember whether or not they're actually playing a red card. Well, Guardian Idol doesn't do it for them this turn. Alright. They didn't equip. Ooh, Hypersonic Dragon. Is going to come in for the win. So they're going to need to deal with 1 more threat here. I'm going to operate under the assumption that they don't have it. And I might be wrong, but let's go ahead and assume they don't have a threat. They don't have a way to deal with all four of these things, or all three of these things, rather. And if they do, kudos to them. Ooh, Ether Eyes. Got me. Alright, so we replay Frostlings. That takes care of the wall for next turn. Nice play from the opponent. That's why I like Ether Eyes. Although it's usually a dead card when you're ahead, it doesn't keep you super far ahead. It's good in a race, and it's decent when you're behind. Alright, one card left in your hand. You know I have a hasty 4/4. You can block Frostlinks at the minimum. But can you deal with the Hypersonic Dragon? Probably not, but they dealt with the last one, so let's try this again. Get in there, Hypersonic. Could have a counterspell. Ah, okay. We got that one. So we're 1-1, trying to pull out the last match here. Hopefully you stick around with me, and I will see you in round 3. Hey guys, it's round 3 of this Iconic Masters draft. We're 1-1 right now, hoping to pull out another win to take back home. That was a decent draw in case I draw blue cards, but I think I'm going to go ahead and run out this island right now. And Draconic Roar, pretty nice interaction early. You're going to need to draw a little more interaction to hopefully stay in this game. Oh, Dragon Tempest is not a card that I'm happy to see. This card is very good in the dedicated Dragon decks, which it looks like my opponent is. We do get to go ahead and run out this Kiln Fiend right now. And go ahead and just pass the turn. Dragon Tempest is strong. I wish I had that in my deck. Alright, okay, just Reave Soul on Kiln Fiend is fine. Plus Basilica. Fortunately, we're going to sit around not doing much unless we draw like Gestion Thief would be quite good. Mannequin's not terrible. I can go ahead and play that and put the Boros Garrison down. Although if my opponent plays a dragon here, it's going to be super annoying. If not, I get to play Ryusei next turn. So if they just go like Furnace Whelp here, or Dragon Egg, they get to kill my Millican, which is super annoying. I do really like black-red in this format. The Dragon decks are very strong. In case you don't know what Dragon Tempest does, it's the same as Scourge of Valkus, except it also gives all of your creatures with Flying Haste. Oh, Dead Reveler, are you unleashing? They are unleashing. So 3 mana, 3/4 that can't block. And ooh, man, are we flooded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually can't play Ryusei. I don't know why I was thinking I could. But I do get to hold up Draconic Roar here. Guess I could have attacked for 1. Because this can't block and I'm not blocking it. Alright, show me the Furnace Whelp. Show me something that dies to Draconic Roar. Show me not something ridiculous. Okay, that dies to Draconic Roar. And they're going to know about Ryusei next turn anyway, so I'll go and take my 3. Hopefully they don't have an answer to Ryusei, although if they do, it also kills their guy, which is nice. Yeah, I should have gotten that 1 point of damage in. Chark. Oh. Alright, I will reveal. Oh, choose a dragon, or choose a thing, pay the cost, reveal a dragon. When do I reveal? There we go. Alright, so that takes care of that. Furnace Whelp. Not a bad follow-up, but we are going to play the big boy right now. Like I said, if my opponent has an answer for it, that's reasonable. Because it does kill their Dead Reveler, whatever this is called. In fact, if they attack, I might just block it. Nah. Alright, let's see what the follow-up is from the opponent. That's the interesting part. 4. Grizzly Spectacle? Maybe not. Opponent showed me 4 mana there. Alright, Heat Ray is not actually bad. We are going to go and play out another island right now, and I'm going to go ahead and attack with Ryusei. I think Grizzly Spectacle is an instant, and maybe the reason they are holding back is because it's possible I play more ground creatures that just die to Ryusei. I mean, that's what I'm expecting. Alright, so that clears the board. I also get milled Kiki, Illusory Ambusher, Kolgon Monument, Elusive Spellfist, and Frostlinks. So 5 spells. Alright, let's go and play Frostlinks. Or I'm sorry, Furnace Whelp is the name of the card I'm casting. I still have Heat Ray for anything problematic that comes down. Won't deal with everything, but deals with most things. Flyers are annoying because of Dragon Tempest, but you have a lot of red mana to dump into this Furnace Whelp. 1 black, you say. 1 black and 1 red, you say. Card is strong. This was also an Eternal Masters. Just a good card, but serves a pretty good purpose in this set. It's good in the mill decks. As we saw in game 1, I think our opponent did cast that against us. Alright, so another Dead Reveler. We can race. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can play a 7-drop Dinosaur next turn. Ooh, great draw. So, forget about Pump and Furnace Whelp. Just going to attack and play a giant Sphinx of Athun. Going to draw me at minimum 2 cards. Let's say it's 5 lands. First time we've cast it during this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 mana. So this is the first time casting it during this playset. Oh yeah. I will take whatever pile these dragons are in. That is a tough decision. I don't want this bottom pile, to be honest. Is my opponent that worried about Scourge of Valkis, though? Alright, and to separate the lands, pretty smart. Could go Draconic Roar, Illusory Angel, but I already have Heat Ray. Kind of like just having the pressure of another giant flyer, so I am going to choose the Scourge pile. Alright, now that my opponent has a big dragon, I actually have a big flyer of my own to kind of help deal with it. My opponent has 2 cards left in hand. So what could they have? Kokosho would be annoying, but not completely ridiculous. They could have Yosei. This looks like one of those Death Touch tricks. Virulent Swipe or Butcher's Glee, which I would much rather have a Heat Ray up for. I do have a second dragon, too. Opponent knows about the planes. Should probably play that. And this thing deals what? 2 damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can hold up Heat Ray for 2. That's not super impressive. Things I don't want to do, die to a random flurry of combat tricks. So I think I am going to get in a little bit of damage. Maybe play Borderland Marauder and hold up Heat Ray. Which my opponent's got to know something's up then, right? Yeah, let's just do 7. Or, I mean, my opponent can have Butcher's Glee, that's fine. There we go. This deals 2, not quite enough to kill either of his things. So we'll put our opponent down to 6, and I am intending to block with this. It also Fire Breathes. Ooh, so they have a response to that. 5 mana response. Okay, so I only get to deal 1 to them. Alright, if they have 3, 4, they can produce an extra 6 damage this turn. I die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can Fireball me for 5. Tormented Voice. That's what I like to see. They're discarding another Dragon Lord Servant. So I do have Lethal in the air, so they have to deal with one of my things. Okay. Wonder what their last card is. Dealing 1 to me. 3, 4. They can put me down to 5. Okay, and then they concede. So they just wanted to show me they had a Dragon's Egg? Alright, not bad. So we are up against Dragon deck with not that many dragons. Moonglove Extract, pretty poor against the 3/4s. Earth Elemental, actually not bad. Actually not that bad. Do I want Mark of Mutiny for this match? Probably not. Ojutai's Breath. I think I might just keep the deck as is. My opponent actually didn't see that much of it. They saw Scourge, they saw Sphinx, but they didn't get to see... Oh no, they probably saw Kiki too. They didn't see Hypersonic. They didn't see... No, never mind. They saw the majority of it. All right, we're going to keep as is right now. Look to do that again. Again, Simic Sky Swallower looking pretty insane here. This hand not looking insane. I think I'm just going to mold this. Pretty easy mulligan too. This is more keepable because it can interact with my opponent. I think I'm going to put this Heat Ray on the bottom. We'll just Draconic Roar the first couple plays, and hopefully that holds the fort long enough for us to draw some blue mana, if nothing else. Mind Stone, pretty good. Blue, Island. Mannequin. I guess I'll play that. My opponent just plays a Dead Reveler next turn. I'm in a little bit of trouble because it's a 3/4. Oh, Furnace Well. Alright, well that's Draconic Roarable. Whatever that means. Ooh, not what we wanted to see though. And I don't have a dragon to reveal. But we're going to fall behind. This is not a format where you can stumble on mana. It's just not. And the fact that we have 2 double blue cards, I mean, we knew this was going to happen, but to be fair, we are running 17 lands in the deck, so stumbling on mana altogether is a problem, as with any game. Let's see what the opponent has to follow up with. Dead Reveler, Unleashed, I assume. So Claustrophobia is going to be our out to that if we get to that point. This is not great. Guess that lets us cast Ambusher next turn if we draw a blue. Doubt my opponent's thinking about that card. They just follow up with more aggressive creatures. Could be bad. Alright, they have a Kolaghan Monument of their own. That's interesting. It could just be playing like Malfagor or Bladewing or something like that. Ooh, perfect. Alright, so we have 5 mana. I think I'm going to go ahead and hold up Illusory Ambusher now. And yeah, they could kill it in response, but it's better than just playing Spellfist and choosing not to do anything, right? And if this works, I get to draw 3 cards plus clear off their only real threat. Got to keep in mind this thing can actually attack in my opponent's deck. Alright, go ahead and attack, and we'll see if you have like the Grisly Spectacle here. And if you do, so be it. And if you don't, so be it. Alright, yep, they got effects before blocks, so they do have a trick. Oh, please be Draconic Roar. Oh, please be Draconic Roar. Heat Ray for 1. Nice. Draws me a card. Doesn't clear off my opponent's creature. Alright, Claustrophobia, not a bad draw. Ooh. Hopefully they just start activating this. So, Heat Ray for 4. If I play Spellfist, I can only Heat Ray for 3. So it's probably best to play Claustrophobia on this turn and hold up Draconic Roar. Alternatively, I can hold up Heat Ray, Claustrophobia, and Draconic Roar and dissolve if that's what I want to do. They pump everything into this. Yeah, I'm just going to pass this turn. If they pump all their mana into Monument, that's great. If they just attack and don't do anything, that's bad. I'm hoping they just tap out for something. They're not pumping mana into this, so if they just pass, I'm going to Heat Ray their undead guy, which seems bad. No pass. Play something. Tap out. No, something I actually want to dissolve. And I don't really want to dissolve that, but I will. Furnace Whelp, do I want that on top? I think I'm actually going to ship that one to the bottom. Get me closer to my real action here. Sphinx, for instance, is real action. I'm 1 mana away from being able to cast that. Alright, so I think we're going to go Claustrophobia on this thing now. Just hold up Draconic Roar. which means I can attack for 1. I can also Heat Ray for 2 if that's the case, but yeah, we'll hold up Mannequin. There aren't a lot of hasty creatures I have to worry about, but could have also played. No, I couldn't have played Spellfist there. 1 mana to Sphinx of Ithune would be nice. Alright, an opponent's playing Basilica. They might crack Mindstone here. If I don't have a lot of 7 or 8s in my deck, that's probably what I would do. They're not flooded because they haven't been playing lands the last couple turns, but they didn't really play much of anything else either. Kind of hard to believe they're on all Dragon Eggs. Alright, give me something I can roar. No, they decide it's more prudent to just pass. Fair enough. I'll play Evolving Wilds and I'll pass it right on back. Holding up Heat Ray for 4 here. Things I don't want to see. Blade Wing the Risen. That card is obnoxious, especially when it comes with a Furnace Whelp or a Dragon Egg. What you got, opponent? This Evolving Wilds will be fetching up a mountain, I believe. Might be right to get an island since I already have 3 red. Wow, really? Kraken Mindstone? Oh, well, never mind. I said that like I was surprised, but that's what I was suggesting that my opponent do in the first place. I was just suggesting that they use the actual mana. So if they activate this, I'm going to Heat Ray the mess out of it. Oh, yeah, baby. Absolutely. We'll go ahead and just save my opponent some trouble here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is enough. X is 4. Get out of here, Kolaghan's Monument. Alright, my opponent's threats are neutralized. And we are playing, wow, Sphinx followed by, oh no, did I, what have I done? What have I done? I did not crack Evolving Wilds. So I can't actually play Sphinx, but I can play Scourge. Thankfully, it's not all lost. God, I'm bad at this. Alright. Let's go ahead and put a threat on board that the opponent has to deal with. I'm not even going to act like that's what I was going to do if I had drawn that card, but it is pretty embarrassing to miss the Evolving Wilds. Sphinx of Ithune is harder for my opponent to deal with too. Most of the dragons aren't big enough to get through a 5/6. Cards I don't want to see from my opponent include Malfagor, which is obnoxious. Shieldred would be a pain in the butt. Ooh, that I do like to see. Please play more Tormented Voice. Discard in a mountain. Alright, 5 mana, 5 cards in hand. We don't know any of them, I don't believe. You gotta watch out for this guy. And we're definitely getting a mountain now. What does this do? Enters the battlefield, you may destroy target creature with power 1 or less. Oh, that's going to take out Mannequin. Yeah, let's get red mana. That means I might not be able to cast Sphinx of Ithune next turn. That's super obnoxious. But I still get to deal a billion damage to my opponent. God, Scourge of Valkis is such a bomb in this format. Probably be a bomb in literally any format it's in. Whatever core set it was in. Like, I just get to deal a million damage if I don't draw a thing here. Question is, do I just play out? I could play 1, 2, 1, 2, still have 1 mana to fire. I can play all 3 of these things. I think that's what I'm going to do. And if that's the case, it might be worth holding up Draconic Roar for next turn, but if I draw a land, I'm going to Sphinx of Ithune anyway. So I think we're going to go ahead and just take this thing out. I don't need to do that. I don't need to take this out right now, I don't think. So, how much can I'm going to play... I'm only going to use 1 red, so yeah, I can afford to pump this twice and deal 6 to my opponent. Alright. This thing doesn't have Death Touch, does it? Go and do it once. Go and do it twice. There we go. Alright, so that's 6 on the opponent. Go and play out 2 more little guys. These guys are actually quite good with the Draconic Roar next turn. Alright, you're in a tough spot, opponent. Let's see what you can muster up here. Granted, I'm not like out of the water yet either. My opponent's at a higher life total than me. My board state's just better. Alright, Reave Soul. It's not terrible. Might have been better to Reave Soul the other guy, since you have a creature that can just block it. I guess the damage output on Kiln Fiend is much higher. Ooh, and Suspend Rift Bolt. That's nice. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have enough to play both these things. I think I'm just gonna play Hypersonic Dragon and Jam. One. Oh, I do need to use them. Yep. Here we go. So bad. This thing could be out wreaking havoc right now. All these other cards would already be in my hand. Oh, and it deals 2 damage. So now my opponent takes out Scourge. They have to deal with Hypersonic Dragon. So just dealing 9 to him this turn. They're going to be at 1. Draconic Roar is lethal. And we'll see if they have a they could have a Grizzly whatchamacallit here. They have 4 mana up. That's looks like what they have. They got an extra card out of me. Ooh, 4 lands and a Frostlinks. That's not bad. I still have lethal on them with Draconic Roar. I do get to go ahead and pop off a Rift Bolt. Let's see where it goes. Be interesting if it goes at like Hypersonic Dragon, then I know they're going to deal like extra damage to it. Probably just hit Spell Fist, yeah. Alright. No flyers. Oh, that's a flyer. I said no flyers. Did they... Oh, they're searching. If I lose because I didn't put swing. Oh, they failed to find. They already had Star Compass in their hand. Alright. Removal spell for Horden Dragon does it. Rather... Yeah, that does. Land is good because Sphinx. Ooh, how good is Kiki Jiki? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make another Hypersonic Dragon and he has to block one of them. And he's not even getting value off of that. Geez, stop mouse. Oh my god, Kiki Jiki Sphinx of Athune? Is this even real? I like how I just maximum punishment. I have not drawn the 7th land. Yeah, let's make another Hypersonic Dragon. This is sweet. Why couldn't we have done this in game 1? Thumbs up if this is sweet. Oh god, look at my board. Look at my board. I could still just die. I don't know what I would die to, but I could just die. Alright. Now, if my opponent deals with Kiki Jiki, I have no threats. So, I could still just lose. Was my opponent dead to just Draconic Roar? No, because it wouldn't have killed Horden Dragon, and I wouldn't have been able to play this too. Oh, come on. Give me some. Dragon would do it. Rakdos Drake. Don't think he can afford to unleash that. Oh, he does unleash. Oh, that means if I can draw Sphinx of Athune, I get to win here. If I draw a dragon, I win. Alright. A land does it. Come on. Furnace Well. Ah, that does it. Which way? Let's just do it this way. Let's just kill our opponent with this, alright? No. Let's play Furnace Well. See what we need to do to prompt the concession. There we go. All right, we won our play points back. I hope you guys stuck around because that was fun. We took a pretty big loss on that first game, not even close, but well, we got enough play points to go ahead and jump back into another one. Haven't hit a trophy for this one yet, but I will be posting this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, my name's Timothy. Stay tuned to the channel for more iconic masters, and yeah, thanks for watching. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, give it a whatever you feel like giving it, and I will see y'all next time. All right, bye.